Hello, fellow time travelers. Welcome to Teleworks Tips Part 12. And this one I should have probably done before my previous video. This one's my top 10 most used keys on the keyboards by themselves, not key combinations or hotkeys, as it were, like I did on my previous video, which you can watch up here. But I actually recommend you watch this one first and then you go watch that one. But I digress. Basically, keys that are going to save you minutes. Whole minutes. You're going to be doing things in seconds instead of minutes. Trust me. Some of these things are keys that I wonder why people don't press them. Like I'm helping them. Maybe I'm standing near them at their desk before the human malware, before, social distancing protocols. Or I'm remoting in and I'm watching them and I'm just sitting there and I'm like, why are you not pressing the button? Why are you making figure eights with your mouse? There's not going to be any trophy for making figure eights with your mouse. They don't recognize people for making silly shapes with their mouse instead of just pressing a button. But before we get into the video, I want to tell you about the 50 subs challenge. I had a few ideas I went over with my son, Charlie, and we think the best idea is if we eat a lot of stuff with our favorite sweetener, which is a non-calorie sweetener with a really, really low glycemic load called erythritol. It only has one drawback, really, is it gives you gas if you eat lots and lots of it. I mean, like a whole tub of ice cream, which honestly, I'm guilty of doing a lot. But anyways, and then explaining what specifications you want to look for when you're buying a laptop or a computer, like what kind of CPU, what all the different things mean, memory, and storage, like solid state drive or hard drive or whatever. That'd be hilarious. But into the video with number 10 on our list, arrow keys. So my first example is you're typing an email, like in here, and you're writing this, and you're like, oh, I misspelled dude in some dude. Use the arrow keys to go over and fix it, instead of going like this, which spends more time. By the time that you hit backspace a bunch of times and started typing, I'm already down here writing an important sentence. Blah, blah, blah. So person A is poking around with a bunch of other keys, and I use the arrow keys, and I'm done. I already sent my email, and I'm going and turning into a vegetable while staring at Twitters because I'm already done doing that job. Or I'm doing real work, but I digress. Another example of using the arrow keys is scrolling a web page. Like, check out this Google results of me seeing if one of my videos shows up on YouTube or not. This is important because I actually think that someday my spelling of my middle name, Gene, will start showing up in Google because my YouTube will get really famous and populars. But first thing you do is you click in an open space without clicking on one of the links. Oh my gosh, and trust me, sometimes I tell people to do this on a web page or on their computer. Click in an open space between thing A and thing B, and they're like, that's impossible, there's no open spaces, and they argue with me, and I'm like, ah. Anyway, just click right there and look at arrow keys. They scroll the page like it's magic, and I can read things without dealing with the mouse. Or maybe my right hand's still on the mouse and I'm using the left hand. That way, if I need to go over wherever, look at that. I'm like dexterous, dexterity. You know what I mean. Next is the spacebar. So, first example is in Twitter. Like, make sure you are wearing a mask, period, tab, spacebar. Hit escape so I can show you that again. When an item is highlighted on Twitter, there's a circle on it. But other things on the computer are indicated in a different way. If I hit spacebar, I can select that item. Oh, look at that. What if I put these two pictures I downloaded, press spacebar again to bring up the image uploady thing, again, type Superman. Oh, look at that's hilarious. Superman wears his underwear on the outside. Maybe I should change this. Look at me using the arrow keys like I'm a genius, like I'm a pro or something. Is this like wearing a mask? And backspace, question mark, and then tab, 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 face. It's probably not that funny. Feeling a little self-conscious about my bad joke. delete. Here's another example of using a spacebar when you want to quickly get out of something after you've already read the stupid message that's in your face. And I wrote a script to demonstrate this. This is a message, blah, blah, blah. Pop up on your screen, you're like, get out of my face. And you could just press the spacebar. And this is cool because let's say your right hand's on the mouse trying to do something else, and you don't want to move the mouse off of your right monitor, or whatever, and this message pops up, you just use your left thumb to close the thingy. So number 8, F5. It's my most favorite function key thingy. Where's F5? Boop. There's F5. Right there. You see it? If you've never seen it before, it's been right there under your nose this whole time. Like your whole life. There've been computers everywhere. You just didn't know. It's cool. It's fine if you didn't know that it wasn't there, but I'm just saying it was there the whole time. It's refresh. So check it out. Say I want to post a video on my Facebook page, my page for my YouTubes and my musics. So let's say, check out this video of my favorite hotkey. Telework tip for Telework. Best. Okay, it's working. Tab, 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 tab. Facebook, there are too many tabs to get to the post button. I'm gonna have to look over my gimbal. And it doesn't show it right away. So I actually, oh, look, people are talking to me. Lol. So if I hit F5, it refreshes the page. And I can be like, scroll, scroll, scroll with my arrow keys. There, it works. It looks good. And check out this OCD use of the refresh button. Let's say I'm on my notifications page on my Twitters. And I'm like, oh, I have to see if anybody replied to my things. F5. Nope. F5. Nope. F5. Nope. F5. Nope. F5. Nope. F5. Well, obviously by that many times, it's a waste of time. But a good example would be if you see a number over here and you don't see anything actually new, F5. You see the new things, and then you move on with your life and do other things with your time. Like go outside, talk to people, 6 feet distance with masks on. You don't spread the human malware. Number 7 is actually 2 keys, page up and page down. They're like arrow keys, but more badder. So let's say I'm on Twitter. I'm like, ha ha ha, lol, this tweet. But I'm done reading that. Next page, next page, next page, next page. Wait, what was that? Page up. Blah, 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 blah. And then you read the stuff. Also works well in Instagram. Look at me having to angle my neck around my gimbal. Oh wait, that one, what's this say? When your favorite tech channel gave a bad review on one of your components and you want to defend it, but you know deep down your heart it sucks. Lol. Page down. Page down. That game's been delayed since always. The next one is also a combination. It's number 6. Home and end. This is even more awesomer than using arrow keys in emails. So check this out. Gotta move this. It's always in my way. It's stabbing the gimbal. It's not. Put it over there. So let's say I'm typing this. And I'm like, it would be awesome if you checked out my video. Oh, I don't need that first sentence. Home. Hold down delete. And it is about the special keys I use the most on the keyboard. Blah, blah, blah. Another great use of the home button is in spreadsheet. I manage my Windows updates at home on a server and I put them in a spreadsheet. Don't worry about how I do all that mumbo jumbo genius Time Lord crap. No, this is about somebody that has to use a bunch of spreadsheets. And so let's say I'm scrolling through this thingy and I'm looking at all these different updates. Maybe I'm scrolling with the arrow keys, right? Or page down. And I'm looking for brand new updates that kind of stand out for some reason. And I see this one. Okay, this doesn't have a superseding update. And I press home. I'm not going to read the top. SQL Server 2017 RTM cumulative update. Ooh. For some reason, that's important to me. And I got there in minuscule seconds because I know keyboards things. Number 5. No, only one of those. For number 5, period. Yes, period. Please do not type a long sentence like this. It would be awesome if you checked out my video. It's about special keys. I use the most of the keyboard, blah, blah, blah. No, you need to put some periods in there. And even better, why don't you go ahead and press enter a couple times? Please, for the love of sanity, separate your ideas in the email so my brain can take a break in between them. Like, oh, there's idea 1, and then idea 2, and then idea the 3rd one. And I'm like, I'm done now. That wasn't so much work after all reading that. Period. Period. Number 4, the Windows button. Now I've got custom keycaps on my keyboards, so it doesn't actually look like the Windows logo. I'm using some magic editing tricks to put Windows logo on your screen. Here's your Windows logo. Okay, that's the Windows button. Windows button. Windows button. So, show you what happens when you press the Windows button on the screen, y'all. Windows menu opens. Look, I didn't have to use the mouse. I didn't have to spend a bunch of seconds doing squirrely squirrels and trying to do a weird abstract art piece of a mouse cursor leaving trails on my screen that no one but me will ever see, and it'll only be for a few milliseconds. No, I didn't waste my time with that garbage. I just pressed the Windows button to open the start menu. And then, oh, look at that. I can tab to the area and go like this and say, I want to open this PC and press enter. And guess, look at that magic. I never, ever, ever touch the mouse. Number 3, coming in on the list that's only 3rd from the top bestest, most usedest ones, is escape. This is another one that I have a custom keycap for. See that cute little, I don't like what you're doing face? That's called the look of disapproval. I replaced that because that's whenever I want something to go away. Go away! Get off my screen! I press that button. First example, I'm going through my Facebook page. It's at Per Revolutions if you want to check it out. And I'm reading what happens on this post. Blah, 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 blah. And when I'm done reading it, I press escape over there with the button. And it closes like magic. Remember, magic is the science you don't understand. And after watching this video, you understand. And there's no excuse. You can't call it magic anymore. See? Logical. Second example of using escape button. I have this thingy spreadsheet filtered a certain way with the creation date because I only wanted to see updates that were made June and July because those are the ones I was trying to manage on my server that day. But when I'm done with this menu, or I'm just double checking it or whatever, my right hand's on the mouse, right? I don't want to have to go down here to hit cancel when it actually takes less time. Just reach over and press escape and it's closed. If I press escape, then I can move on to something else in less time. And all those things, the amount of time it takes to do things goes from this to this. And you got more time for chill, which you need more chill in your life because when I'm trying to help you do something and you're doing your mouse is all over the place and you're getting all frustrated, like I see like, how do I do a thing? How do I do this thing? How do I do this thing? I know it's stressing you out to mouse all over the place. Coming in at number 2 with my second most favoriteest, most used single button of all times on the keyboard is tab. You blew your mind how many times I've talked to people and I said, please press tab. And they're like, what? Please just go ahead and press tab. What? Like logging into Windows. I can't demonstrate here because I don't have a login window like my work computer. But let's say you type your username, you press tab, magical button right there. And then you type your password and then you press, mind blown here, enter. All of this time saved, every time you don't log into a computer with tab and enter, you've lost 5 seconds of your life. Every time. That's at least once a day. So let's say you work 5 days a week and there's 52 weeks in a year. That's 260 days that you work times 5 seconds. That's 1,300 seconds divided by minutes, which is 60. That's 21 minutes. That's 21 minutes you don't get back. And if you have to log into that computer a whole bunch of times in a day, Imagine all that time you could be spending with your family or with your friends or enjoying sunshine. I mean, for serious. For serious. Please think of the families. Another time is when you got a pop-up box with multiple options. And I wrote another script to demonstrate that. There are 3 buttons! This action may have uninvented the universe. Oh no! What do I do? Abort? Maybe? Retry? Not sure if that would just reinvent the universe or not, or just break it some more. Ignore? Maybe that's my slowly walk away option. Let's try that. And press space. Ignore. Walk away slowly. Okay. With space. Walk away slowly. Bonus item for tab, which I wish people would do, is, let's say you're composing this email and you're like, I'm going to send this email to some dude. Tab, and I write, super cool video about top 10 keys. And then guess what? I'm not going to leave it there or type a giant ridiculous sentence all in the subject line because, please for the love of God, stop doing that. I'm going to press tab again. Oh, look, I'm down here. Never had to touch the mouse. I'm using the arrow keys. I'm using home and end and arrow keys and enter, obviously. And now for honorable mentions. I've got the dash. Fancy dashes. I like to type things like an itemized list with them without doing bullets because, in my opinion, bullets are kind of dumb. Item 1. Item 2. The other item. And backspace and delete. Backspace deletes, characters before it, and delete deletes characters in front of it. With your magic skills of getting used to where the keys are, you can be proficient at fixing your crazy typos all the times. Or at least I do. I type typos all the freaking time. And now for the number 1, most bestest / most useful / most underutilized key on this entire keyboard, and I may have been hinting at it this entire video, is drumroll. Probably can't hear that because of my noise reduction low, but is enter button. The enter button. Let's blow your mind how useful it is. So let's say you're in the Googles and you want to type to see how many places my @ sign shows up. Let's say per revolutions, and you press drumroll again, I guess, maybe enter. Magic. It happened without having to touch the mouse. And then you could start using arrow keys and be like, okay, that's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's more Twitter, that's Twaku. What on God's green earth is Twaku? That looks like Twitter things, maybe? Yeah, it's Twitter things. It's like my Twitter things all in this big... What the freak is this thing? That was unexpected. I had no idea, for reals. Okay, and now, the most proficient use of the enter button, and the one I see the most difficulty of people using. Hint, I've mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video, is logging into things. Check this out. Lol, I blurred that out because I don't want you hacking into my stuff. Enter. And then password. Enter. And then you see I'm logged in without ever having to touch the mouse. Now with these 10 keys, you should be able to save hours in your life. Hours you can choose to just be mellow, meditate, eat keto ice cream. Click on the card here so you can learn how to make keto ice cream. Or comment things in the comment section down below this video because I just saved all that time in your life. Now you have the time to do that. Or spend time with your family or friends, or, connect with people on Zoom because of social distancing. You can remind them that you care and that you're there for them. And if you enjoyed this video, please show your support by clicking like below and subscribing because that really helps my channel out. And if you want to see some more videos, why don't you check out, I'll put up in this corner a video called Shadow People. It's kind of like some sci-fi comedy. And over here, I'll put up a vlog that's got random stuff that I do in the week and also hanging out with my son Charlie. Over here in this section, all my handles at all these different social networks. And over here is where you can subscribe. So thanks for watching. I've been Robert Jene, signing out.